afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4. Susan, we made it. It's Friday.
It's Friday. Made it through another week.
News Michael Bruno will be along, as well as the news sounds. That's all coming up. But first, here's what's making news on this Friday. People plan to march in Madison this evening in reaction to Wednesday's ruling in the Breonna Taylor case.
A beloved priest in the Madison area is laid to rest today. We'll share Father Mike's story. And
a week after her death, Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg continues to make history. Why today's ceremony was historic. Let's take a look outside on this very warm September afternoon. Heat and trees changing color, kind of a weird combination. The weather words for today: summer's last stand. Yeah, they're not there. But Aaron White is. He's in the backyard patio enjoying the sunshine. Aaron?
Yeah, I got to say, it's really nice out here. We have a lot of sunshine, a little breezy, though, at times, but still not too bad as we have temperatures up into the 70s right now. But talking about September, it is fall, and we actually have a lot of fall colors out there. This photo sent in from Hurley, Wisconsin. Thanks to Sally for sending in that beautiful photo. You can see all those vibrant colors up in central and northern parts of Wisconsin. As we look over Madison right now, we're starting to see some colors in the trees as well. A lot of yellows and oranges showing up. Not quite to peak yet here in Madison and across southern Wisconsin, but we're getting close. Still got about a couple weeks until that happens, but right now still more summer-like as we have temperatures into the upper 70s. 77 south wind at 13 miles per hour. And as we look at our evening planner, we are going to see an overall high today of 78 degrees. Temperatures will be cooling down into the 60s later on this evening, but looking ahead to the weekend, there's your summer's last stand. 80 degrees will be your high on Saturday. A little breezy at times, though, with a south wind about 10 to 20 miles per hour. Then we change things up on Sunday. There is going to be the chance for some rain throughout the day, more so in the afternoon and evening. High of only 68 degrees, and it turns even cooler as we go into next week. And I'll have a look at that extended forecast coming up in just a bit. But talk about traffic, things are looking good for the most part. Most of the Beltline is green. We do have a few slowdowns over on Fish Hatchery right now, and also into downtown if you're heading in from East Wash into the capital area. A few slowdowns. Speeds are down to about 10 miles per hour at times. And then as we take a look at Stoughton Road, southbound lanes are a little bit slower as well, and drive times if you are heading home down to Janesville, things are looking pretty good. Speeds about 68 miles per hour. And that's a look at your first warned weather and traffic.
All right, Aaron, we'll see you in a little bit. We know demonstrations are planned in Madison tonight. It's the local response to a grand jury decision in the Breonna Taylor case. Police shot and killed Taylor in March. This week, the jury indicted one officer, but not for killing Taylor.
A group intends to march to the state capitol. Our Adam Duxter joins us now from Olin Avenue with the latest. Adam?
Well, this marks the third consecutive day of organized protesting in Madison following a vigil for Breonna Taylor on Wednesday and then a backup on the Beltline last night that we were told was for Elliot Johnson. But this group of about 50 behind us here on Olin Avenue will make it to the Capitol in the next hour or so, and we're told tonight will be more of a celebration that features a drag show, music, and poetry as well. And again, the group says they'll start their march up John Nolan any moment now. And again, as we were coming here, we saw police getting ready to shut down John Nolan, but we'll have the latest on what kind of backups you could see tonight on News 3 Now at 5 and 6.
All right, Adam, we'll see you then. Thank you. More protests and arrests in Louisville overnight, with many people still upset that the officers who returned fire at Breonna Taylor's apartment were not charged in her death. This morning, the family of the 26-year-old EMT addressed the media. Breonna Taylor's family spoke out publicly for the first time since the grand jury decision not to indict any of the officers for Taylor's death. The family's attorney, Ben Crump, calls the situation a grave miscarriage of justice.
I hope you never know the pain of your child being murdered 191 days in a row. Tamika Palmer. I am so sorry. So sorry you gotta go through this.
What kind of sham grand jury proceeding was this? Breonna's legacy will be that black women life matters too.
As protests continue, a lawyer for Sergeant John Mattingly has shared this video from the apartment raid in March that killed Taylor. It shows the moments after Mattingly was shot by Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, who says he fired his gun thinking the officers were intruders. One of the Louisville officers who was shot during Wednesday night's protest did make an appearance at work yesterday. Both officers are expected to recover. Louisville's 9 p.m. curfew will be in place through the weekend.
Wisconsin health officials today released the third highest number of daily new cases of COVID-19 ever. Nearly 2,300 more people have tested positive, and that's only a few hundred off the all-time record that was set a week ago. 11 more people have died. Dodgeville middle and high school students will be learning from home for a few days a week. Dodgeville School District officials announced today grades 7 through 12 will be moving to 50% in-person classes. They'll have face-to-face education every other day, while Wednesdays will be a full virtual day. The change starts Monday. Iowa County has seen a steady rise in COVID-19 cases. The new model will last until at least October 12th.
If you've had trouble getting through to the state unemployment office over the phone, you're certainly not alone. A new audit found that call center workers only answered 0.5% of the nearly 41 million phone calls they received. That information is taken from calls made from March through June. The audit also found that about 93% of calls were blocked or received busy signals. Our Jamie Perez looked more into this, and we'll have a full story tonight at 6. And it's been a week since former Department of Workforce Development Secretary Caleb Frostman was asked to resign. Interim Director Amy Payachik, released a statement on the audit this afternoon saying, in part, by significantly increasing its telephone system capacity, help center hours, and staff, UI has been able to markedly improve its customer service to UI complaints and accept nearly all calls into the UI Help Center since late July. More Dane County voters are getting their absentee ballots in than anywhere else in the state, and it's not even close. The State Elections Commission said the county returned more than 32,000 ballots. Next is Waukesha at 16,000.
But even much smaller counties are seeing a lot of absentee requests. Amy Reed joins us to explain the challenges that those clerks are facing. Amy?
Yeah, I spoke with the Dodgeville clerk today. More than 1/3 of their fewer than 3,000 registered voters requested ballots. The clerk told me there have already been more requests than last presidential election, and she's also seeing some new registrations from older people who are getting ready to vote for the first time ever. She's still anticipating that some voters won't want to vote absentee and want to come in person instead. Right now, she says they're in a good place with PPE and sanitation supplies, but it's not easy.
You know, that's been a challenge even for the election or just the city in general is, you know, just getting hold of some of that stuff and the inflation of cost. We're looking at gloves that's gone up 400%.
Riley told me she's trying to apply for grants when and where she can, but as a local clerk, her responsibilities are broader than they are in a city like Madison, and she can't just focus on the election. Now, to help clerks out, she said, please read the instructions on your ballot or that come with your ballot, and check out the resources available to you on myvote.wi.gov.
Amy, thank you. Sources tell CBS News Indiana Judge Amy Coney Barrett will be nominated to the U.S. Supreme Court to replace Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. The late Supreme Court Justice became the first woman in history today to lie in state at the U.S. Capitol. Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi opened the ceremony honoring Justice Ginsburg. Rabbi Lauren Holtzblatt described how Ginsburg made it her life's mission to fight for justice, breaking down barriers and leading the charge for the underrepresented.
Justice did not arrive like a lightning bolt, but rather through dogged persistence. The greatest dissents do become court opinions, and gradually, over time, their views become the dominant view.
Biden and his running mate, Senator Kamala Harris, stepped off the campaign trail to attend. President Trump paid his respects at the Supreme Court yesterday before hitting the road for campaign events. He plans to announce the official announcement for the replacement for Justice Ginsburg tomorrow afternoon. Well, he is known to many as Father Mike. Father Mike Burke, the decades-long chaplain to the Badger football team and formerly of St. Maria Goretti Parish, was laid to rest today.
Charlotte Deleste joins us now with a glimpse of the ceremony. Charlotte?
Mark and Susan, he was a friend to so many, including myself. And today we had to say goodbye. Father Mike served as a pastor of Maria Goretti Parish for 21 years. He helped build that church and school into what you see today. And it's there where people from all walks of life lined the street to pay their respects as his body left the church. And it's there on that very street where his friends were quick to share their love and memories of the man who changed so many lives.
Indeed, very, very humble. When you talk to him, you were the most important person in his life.
He had a way of meeting people where they were at, and he gave people hope.
Hope. That's one thing Father Mike always spoke about. Tonight on News 3 Now at 6, I will share more about his message of hope, today's service, and what others had to say about Father Mike.
Beautiful send-off. Thank you, Charlotte. A Stoughton artist is trying to brighten up people's lives with some art.
News 3 Now photojournalist Jim Rader introduces us to Bill Amundsen and his traditional Scandinavian Rosemall squares.
I grew up in Stoughton, graduated in 1971, grew up in this very house. I've done art all my life. I've gotten more interested in the idea of street art because it's just nice if people can just see art while driving around rather than having to go to a gallery or do something specific. I've been thinking about this for a while, how to take the Norwegian art, the folk art of rosemalling, and so I started making these signs using stencils, and so it's kind of a mix of folk art and, say, Banksy. I made about 75 of them in April and mentioned it to various friends and acquaintances that they could come and pick them up and, you know, just give us a donation, and they all went in one day. It hasn't stopped since. So I make a batch every week. We've been setting them out in the driveway all summer long. I've made 1,080 of them as of today. People just seem to like them. I mean, there's a lot of color. It's a lot of kind of reflects our heritage. People seem like it's a community project. It's bigger than just my art, which turns out to be pretty cool. Everybody feels kind of like they're a part of it. And, you know, if you're an artist, you don't often make stuff people actually like. So, yeah, it's really kind of blossomed. I couldn't be happier.
Beautiful work.
It really is.
Out of his garage. If you'd like to get your hands on a piece of artwork, you can go to his Facebook page for more information.
And we'll put the link on our website, channel3000.com.
Still to come at 4, he was President Obama's official photographer.
His name is Pete Souza, and he is now a Madison resident. He's also the subject of a new documentary. We'll have a preview of it when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Don't wait until the weekend to enjoy a thick charbroiled steak made to your liking. Make a weeknight steak night at High Point Steakhouse, Southern Wisconsin's premier supper club. Well worth the short drive to Ridgeway.
If your dry eye symptoms keep coming back, inflammation in your eye might be to blame.
Looks like a great day for achy, burning eyes.
Over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating your eyes and may provide temporary relief.
Ha! These drops probably won't touch me.
Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
What is that? Xiidra? No!
It can provide lasting relief.
Oh.
Xiidra is the only FDA-approved treatment specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye, twice a day. Don't use if you're allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort, or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts.
Got any room in your eye?
Talk to an eye doctor about twice daily Zydra.
I'd prefer you didn't.
Zydra. Not today, dry eye.
Yeah, I think we're good here. Why do we offer so many active safety features on our Chevy SUVs? Oh, yeah. All set.
Ready, Freddie?
Because we're not just engineers.
Call us when you get there, okay? Slowly. I'm going slow. We have families, too.
Get 15% of MSRP cash back on most 2020 Equinox models. That's over $5,700 cash back on this Equinox. Plus, current GM owners get an additional $750 cash allowance. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, Baca Enterprises is truly humbled and thankful to all of our employees, residents, families, and vendors for their patience and cooperation.
Our employees have gone above and beyond with sanitation efforts, altering their daily routines, all while spreading joy and happiness throughout our community.
As you look forward to the future, Beaver Dam Assisted Living will be here for you.
To provide a sense of security and to provide comfort by keeping you safe and healthy.
Together, we're moving forward to help you live life with confidence. Call today to schedule your tour.
I've spent better than half my life and most of my adult life, in the military. 2016, I voted for Donald Trump. Leaders are responsible for everything their organization does or fails to do. When I saw those commercials about, this is what a Biden presidency will bring. No, this is what you have brought. Everything that we have going on today, that's on you. Joe Biden is the first Democrat I'll vote for president. You want a commander-in-chief you can trust, and I think you can trust Joe Biden.
ABPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
If a wedding or special event is in your future, consider the new Grand Ballroom at High Point Steakhouse. With panoramic driftless area views and an award-winning custom menu, it's the perfect choice for the perfect wedding or banquet. The Grand Ballroom at High Point Steakhouse.
Welcome back, everyone. Employees in all different kinds of fields have gone above and beyond during the pandemic.
But many say they're not getting the thanks they deserve. After completing a recent work project, Lexi Fields got this "You're awesome" meme from her boss. The small gesture meant the world to her, but it seems her manager's expression of thankfulness is not the norm. A recent survey of 500 Americans found nearly half had not received a thank you from their boss during the pandemic. The company WorkHuman conducted the survey.
It's a huge number.
Yeah, it's quite unbelievable. If you think about it in today's world, with all that's going on, we've asked tens of millions of people to work from home. And sometimes under duress, they don't have ideal circumstances. It's a very stressful time.
In the WorkHuman study, 64% of people say receiving a thank you during the pandemic, it's inspired them to work even harder.
Thank you goes a long way.
It sure does. Tech stocks regained their footing, sending stocks higher. The Dow Industrials added 358 points, ending the week at 27,173. The NASDAQ was up 241 points. The S&P 500 was up 51. A new documentary captures the point of view through the viewfinder of someone inside the White House for presidents of both parties.
David Daniel has a look at a new documentary focused on the work of a now Madison resident, Pete Souza.
The job of the chief official White House photographer is to make authentic photographs.
Pete Souza's photographs helped define Barack Obama's presidency. His best-selling books of those photos and the publicity tours he did for them led to the documentary The Way I See It.
I was kind of surprised that, my events were selling out, that people actually wanted to come.
People including Laura Dern and her producing partner, who thought everyone should experience Souza's speaking engagements and his photographs.
And they also bore witness to how these still images archive a country's history in terms of what we believe and want leadership to look like, regardless of party.
Souza was also a photographer in Ronald Reagan's White House.
Hey, folks. Hey, smile. In both cases, they were comfortable enough in their own skin that it didn't bother them to have, this guy hanging around taking pictures all day. Unlike his predecessor, Mr. Trump does not allow his staff photographer to capture photographs of life and work inside the White House.
Since he left the White House, Souza has become an Instagram celebrity, with posts highlighting the differences between Presidents Obama and Trump.
The presidency is a serious job. And I was going to do everything I could to make sure people didn't forget that.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
The documentary is playing in select theaters right now.
But it will be airing on MSNBC on Friday, October 16th, and Pete has been a guest on our show here.
We're looking forward to seeing him again in person, hopefully soon.
Someday soon.
Yeah.
Still to come forward, despite the recession, house sales and prices are skyrocketing.
We'll find out what's driving the housing boom coming up after Aaron's First Warn forecast.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is this weekend only. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only in the exhibition hall at the Alliant Energy Center, Madison.
Yeah, I think we're good here. Why do we offer so many active safety features on our Chevy SUVs?
Oh, yeah.
All set.
Ready, Freddie?
Because we're not just engineers.
Call us when you get there, okay?
Slowly. I'm going slow. We have families, too.
Get 15% of MSRP cash back on most 2020 Equinox models. That's over $5,700 cash back on this Equinox. Plus, current GM owners get an additional $750 cash allowance. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Lately, we've come to appreciate what home has to offer. Right now at Feldco, buy one window and you'll get one free, plus no interest for 1 year. That'll help keep your home and your family warm, safe, and comfortable all year long. That's something we've been providing for almost 50 years. Let Feldco get you ready for colder weather. Buy one window, get one free now.
Buy one, get one free ends Wednesday. Hurry. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Hey, you guys gonna get started?
We're just waiting for the activation fee.
But I already paid for the day.
Yeah, and then it's $100 to activate us.
Activate you?
Mm-hmm.
What are you, a cyborg?
It's crazy to charge people for things they already bought.
I'm gonna get my wallet.
That's why at US Cellular, we speak fair and never charge activation fees. Switch to US Cellular and get $500 off the latest smartphones with no hidden requirements. US Cellular. Upgrade to fair.
I want to make it absolutely clear. Rioting is not protesting. Looting is not protesting. It's lawlessness, plain and simple. And those who do it should be prosecuted. Fires are burning and we have a president who fans the flames. He can't stop the violence because for years he's fomented it. But his failure to call on his own supporters to stop acting as an armed militia in this country shows how weak he is. Violence will not bring change. It'll only bring destruction. It's wrong in every way. If I were president, my language would be less divisive. I'd be looking to lower the temperature in this country, not raise it. Donald Trump is determined to instill fear in America because Donald Trump adds fuel to every fire. This is not who we are. I believe we'll be guided by the words of Pope John Paul II, words drawn from the scriptures. Be not afraid. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is this weekend only. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only in the exhibition hall at the Alliant Energy Center, Madison.
Take a look at this. You're watching Alec Izorski appear to jump through dimensions. It's a perfect look as he jumps from one side to the other, turns around, and takes the plunge again.
Love it.
However, Alex is a perfectionist, so he hits the pool to try another version. This time he changes from a suit to a V-string mankini mid-jump. Later, he increases the difficulty, shooting from the side and adding a twist. Alex is planning to release a series of editing e-courses soon.
We'll be signing up for that.
I watched this. I don't know how he's doing
It's
this.
incredible.
That's
I
really
know.
cool.
It's very cool. Well, maybe not the mankini.
Maybe not the mankini. Yeah, I don't know how he's doing that.
But just to see like the editing that goes into something like that, it's just like it's remarkable.
Yeah. It is remarkable. And the weather's remarkable as well.
It's a remarkable start.
It really is. We have a lot of sunshine out there for today, and we're going to keep that in the forecast as we go to tomorrow, but big changes are on the way. I'll have that forecast after the break.
The Golf Range and Suites of By-10's Golfland provides safe fun. Golf range buckets and balls are sanitized after each use, and high-touch areas are regularly sanitized. Full grill and bar service is provided safely to your golf suite by wait staff. Try fun, easy-to-play top tracer games like Go Fish, only at By-10's Golfland.
We made USAA insurance for this season, and the veterans that never quit on their team. When being a fan gets tough,
and stretching your budget gets even tougher. Our agents put in the time and legwork for you. So saving on auto insurance is easy. Because saving a little extra goes a long way. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
USAA. Working out? Not canceled. Catching up? Not canceled. Game night? Not canceled. Nap time? Not canceled. If new carpet would make you happier at home, we're here to help with standard carpet installation of just $75. Carpet one room or your whole house. And installation is only $75 while we celebrate our 75th anniversary. Coil Carpet One Floor and Home. Locally owned and operated since 1945.
Love getting prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh? With the Pick and Save app, you can get personalized coupons on top of weekly sales and rewards like fuel points, all for prices that are lower than the everyday low. So go ahead, get lower than low. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Get up and get going. It's time to get your Fusion with the limited time offer. And well, let's just say more. Like Copilot 360, Bliss, lane keeping system, pre-collision assist, adaptive cruise control, Wi-Fi hotspot, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Whew, that's a lot. What are you waiting for? Get to your Ford dealer today. Right now, get Fusion with 0% financing for 66 months plus $3,000 cash back. Or lease one for just $199 a month. Hurry in.
By 10's Golfland offers 3 award-winning 18-hole miniature golf courses, 2 outside and 1 inside, all open day and night. Have peace of mind. Miniature golf clubs and balls are sanitized after each use, and high-touch areas are regularly sanitized. Enjoy safe fun for everyone at By 10's Golfland.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Good afternoon, everyone, on this Friday afternoon. It's been a beautiful day with all that sunshine, just a little bit on the breezy side, but definitely feeling a little bit more like summer out there with temperatures up and well into the upper 70s and lower 80s. But as we talk about fall now, we've gotten a lot of nice fall pictures sent in across Wisconsin. Here are a few of them taken up in Hurley, Wisconsin. You can see all the vibrant colors up there, just some oranges and yellows and reds showing up, even some reds in the trees around Edgerton, and also as you look at Mercer, Wisconsin. So thank you for sending in those photos. If you have any fall photos, feel free to send them in, as we will be showing them over the course of the next couple of weeks as we start to get closer to the peak of the fall colors across Wisconsin. Starting to see that more to the central and northern parts of Wisconsin. You can see some of those orange and red counties highlighted there. That's about 50 to 90%, almost a peak in a few locations across the northern part of the state. Meanwhile, down here, we have some fall colors, but otherwise temperatures are on the warm side into the upper 70s and lower 80s, feeling a lot more like summertime out there. Live look over Madison showing all the sunshine. We're going to keep the clear skies in place for this evening. Temperatures will be cooling down into the 60s and staying into the 60s overnight tonight. But as we look at Doppler radar, it is dry. There is a risk of severe weather well to our north. A few storms are expected later on this evening and again for tomorrow. That risk area does shift a little bit to the south, but still staying to the north. But our next chance of rain not going to build in across southern Wisconsin until we get to the day on Sunday. But tomorrow, likely to see a bit more cloud cover. Tonight, though, 62 degrees will be your low. Partly cloudy, but still a mild night. And then as we look for tonight, you actually will be able to see Saturn and Jupiter in the southern sky if you want to check that out, as we will have those clear skies for this evening. And then a look at our forecast for tomorrow, feeling a lot like summertime, a high of around 80 degrees. It will be a very warm day, south wind at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And a look ahead to that extended forecast showing a big cool down coming our way. High around 68 degrees on your Sunday. Showers are expected throughout the day, especially in the afternoon and evening. Another chance of rain will arrive for Monday and Tuesday, but look at those highs, only in the 50s, and overnight lows dipping down into the 30s by the end of the week. And gotta say, wouldn't be surprised if we see some upper 20s by Friday morning in some parts of Wisconsin. So get ready for it. It's fall.
The last 80s for a while, I think.
Yeah, we might still get some of those in October, but definitely not going to see it after tomorrow.
All right. Thank you, Aaron. CBS This Morning is looking at why prices for many everyday items have surged in recent years.
Home prices are breaking records despite the recession caused by the pandemic. The median price of a home or condo soared above $300,000 for the first time over the summer.
The average property is selling in just 22 days, the fastest time on record. CBS News began the story before the pandemic began. Tony DeCopel decided to return to find out why this is happening.
Boy, the way Glenn Miller played. Back in 1971, when All in the Family debuted on CBS, guys like us, we had it made. No one questioned how a dock worker named Archie Bunker, and I didn't finish high school either, could afford a home on this charming block in Queens, New York. At the time, Archie's home was worth about $35,000. Today, it's valued at more than $800,000. Even after correcting for inflation, that's more than triple what Archie would have paid for it. Hey. And sure enough, when we visited last winter,
my name's Tony. I work for CBS News.
We couldn't find many Archie Bunkers buying into the neighborhood.
All right. Have you met anybody in the neighborhood who is a dock worker?
No.
You're more likely to find doctors, nurses, and engineers.
You're a tech worker.
I am a tech worker.
There's no calluses on your hand.
Yeah. I only touch keyboard.
It's unaffordable for the working man these days.
These houses.
These days.
And not even COVID-19 could change that. When the pandemic hit, we had just finished filming this story. And at the time, we made the decision not to air it, thinking surely housing prices are going to come down. That's not the case.
The coronavirus has inspired many buyers to look for larger, more comfortable homes. But that new demand has run into an old problem. Since 1960, home prices across the country have risen more than 4 times faster than income. And many experts say the cause is frustratingly simple. America has a housing shortage. Some 400,000 fewer homes came up for sale this summer compared to last. And more than a decade after the crash of 2008, developers are still cautious about new construction. When they do try to build, they can sometimes be blocked by people who already live nearby.
There will be buildings all along here, buildings all along there.
People like Judy Neville, who told us the plan to redevelop this lot near her home would hurt the neighborhood.
If this were built as planned, what would happen?
Well, for one thing, the schools would be terribly overcrowded.
Neville lives just outside of Boston in Newton, Massachusetts.
It's a desirable place to live.
We met her one day before voters here would decide whether to approve a plan to add more than 800 new apartments, a plan thousands of people like her oppose.
Thank you so much. What would happen is that we would have absolute gridlock, that we would have concerns, parking concerns for all the neighbors that are currently here.
In this big national fight over affordable housing, there are people who say, you're the problem. People like you who are saying, not in my backyard.
No, we're not saying not in my backyard. We're saying definitely in our backyard. Just don't make it as big as you want to make it.
But when there aren't enough affordable homes, prices explode, forcing families to the top of their budgets if they can afford to buy at all.
To make matters worse, here in Philadelphia and in many cities all across the U.S., families looking to buy their first homes are competing not only with other families, but with investors. In fact, a record number of them. In 2018, nearly a quarter of all the homes sold here in the Philadelphia area sold not to people looking for a place to live, but a place to profit. Why are investors apparently so interested in places like Philadelphia?
Well, for one reason, the rent is high. As I just mentioned.
Ashley Lauren Farnschlater is a realtor here.
A lot of the homes that you see now weren't here or didn't look like this. They've been renovated.
She says investors have snatched up properties, becoming landlords in some of the city's rapidly gentrifying neighborhoods.
I actually had a listing in Fishtown not too long ago. First day on the market, cash investor snapped it up for an Airbnb. Nobody even had a shot at it, really. It was a great house, and it was a really competitive price. It was in the mid-400s, so it would have been attractive to a first-time home buyer.
And instead, it's an Airbnb.
Yes.
Back in Newton, Judy Neville at least acknowledged America's need for more housing.
So you're not saying not in my backyard, you're just saying not so much.
Not so much.
A little bit in my backyard.
Absolutely. Not so much.
If everybody takes the position that you're taking, there won't be enough housing to go around for the growing country that we live in.
Well, you know, that's an issue that we're going to need to work on.
Tony DeCopel, CBS News.
In the end, Judy Neville lost her fight in Newton. Voters allowed that project to move forward, and the Boston Globe says it could be a bellwether for other projects across the country.
Experts also blame high prices on a shortage of construction workers and tighter lending regulations. So this problem is not going anywhere soon. We'll be right back.
We made USAA insurance for this season and the veterans that never quit on their team. When being a fan gets tough and stretching your budget gets even tougher, our agents put in the time and legwork for you. So saving on auto insurance is easy. Because saving a little extra goes a long way. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for. USAA.
So, how's saving for the renovation going?
All done.
I will never understand how you do it.
Easy. She saves with BMO Harris. We give you a cash reward for every month you save.
So BMO will give me cash for saving money?
You bet.
Can the subject hold position 2, please?
How's this?
That's art.
That makes saving look good. When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect. Get a $5 reward every month you save $200 or more in a new BMO Statement Savings account.
We are the Thrivers, women with metastatic breast cancer. Our time for more time has come. Living longer is possible and proven in postmenopausal women taking Kisqali plus fulvestrant. In a clinical trial, Kisqali plus fulvestrant helped women live longer with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer, and it significantly delayed disease progression. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
For our seniors, Social Security is a sacred obligation, a sacred promise made. The current president is threatening to break that promise. He's proposing to eliminate a tax that pays for almost half the Social Security without any way of making up for that lost revenue. I will not let that happen. If I'm your president, we're going to protect Social Security and Medicare. You have my word. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Tonight, we're live in Madison at 5 as people are marching for justice for Breonna Taylor. Plus, we'll hear from Breonna's family as they speak out for the first time since no officers were charged in her death. That's at 5.
It's summer's last fight as temperatures work their way into the 80s this weekend. Then it's all about the cool down. We're talking how cool we'll get in that first warn forecast.
And ahead at 6, the Madison Police Department welcomes a new K-9 officer named in memory of a little boy who dreamed of becoming a police officer.
Sunday morning,
here we go.
Nancy Giles on a roll, How America Roller Skates.
It makes you feel like a kid.
Plus pop music's Mariah Carey.
It is a real relationship that I have with my fans.
Actor Jim Belushi. And a tribute to Jackie Robinson, Standing Tall.
Thank you, Jane. Here's a live look at downtown Madison on this very sunny and warm late September afternoon.
It's a perfect start to the weekend.
Well, they're used to sniff out drugs and explosives, but what about coronavirus?
A new pilot project at Helsinki's airport is training dogs to do just that. Riley Carlson has the story.
These guys could be Finland's newest COVID-19 detectors. Officials at Helsinki's airport are hoping they can provide a quick and cost-effective way to tell if passengers have the coronavirus with a smell test. Researchers say they're highly accurate and it's promising.
What we've seen in our research is that the dogs actually will find them about 5 days before they get any clinical symptoms.
Volunteers walk into these sniff stations and simply swipe their skin, put the wipe in a jar, and then it's put in front of a dog in a separate room. If the dog deems the smell to be positive, people are given a free swab test to check the result. Right now, the pups aren't allowed to just smell around, but if the pilot project goes well, that could change.
It's possible that these dogs go around passengers in a similar way than custom dogs do, but that needs law changes in Finland.
Several different countries, including France, Germany, and the U.S., have been training dogs on similar coronavirus projects. But Finland is the first country in Europe to put them to work. Riley Carlson, CBS News, London.
Just amazing.
It is amazing. COVID has a smell.
Apparently.
Isn't that something? The dogs taking part in the project have also been trained to detect cancer, diabetes, and other diseases.
Man's best friend.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Well, Madison's Guest House Theater has mostly been confined to the house part of its name.
So now they're performing what else? Virtually. Our Michael Bruno goes behind the screens to find out what they're doing now when Live at 4 continues.
One of our favorite Portage families here at the Portage Furniture Store, the Ayers family, that has grown a little bit since, yeah, he says high five. That's right. Since the last time we were here.
We sure have. Austin and I, proud third-generation owners, and now we're working on our fourth generation. We've seen generations of customers come through, and I think we take a lot of joy in seeing, hey, my parents bought from your dad, or bought from your uncles, or bought from your grandpa, and now Austin and I get to enjoy that ourselves.
How much fun is it on the days you come back into town and the three of you are together?
It's very special. Like I said, the longevity from my dad and uncle started in 1940 to now. Very special.
We're very, very proud to showcase predominantly American-made brands and companies that we've worked with for a very long time. We have a number of great lines, including Serta Mattresses, Smith Brothers, Flex Steel, Lazy Boy, and England.
And not everyone has the Ayers last name, but everybody here, I know you guys consider family.
Yeah, we really have some wonderful people here, including, two salespeople, Rosie and Punky, who have been here with us from the very beginning, and we're really thankful for them.
Yeah, they really make you guys, they're the ones who make you all look good.
Yeah, they are.
No doubt.
And we need all the help we can get.
Yeah, well, he said it, right? What are some of the biggest things that sets you guys apart?
The free delivery. Yeah.
They still got it. I was wondering.
We do.
Glad to hear it.
And on top of a first-class free delivery service, we're very proud of our huge selection of top-name brand furniture at guaranteed low prices.
Well, with the free delivery, we've got a lot of stops, but I'm glad you're helping me. From the Portage Furniture Store, I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison. He's excited.
If I'm your president on day one, we'll implement the national strategy I've been laying out since March. We'll develop and deploy rapid tests with results available immediately. We'll make the medical supplies and protective equipment that our country needs. We'll make them here in America. We'll have a national mandate to wear masks, not as a burden, but as a patriotic duty to protect one another. In short, we'll do what we should have done from the very beginning. Our current president has failed in his most basic duty to the nation. He's failed to protect America. And my fellow Americans, that is unforgivable. As president, I'll make you a promise. I'll protect America. I will defend us from every attack, seen and unseen, always, without exception, every time. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Welcome back. As you're heading out on the roads this evening, there are a few slowdowns on the Beltline as we take a look right around Todd Drive. If you are heading westbound just past Fish Hatchery, speeds are down to about 14 miles per hour. Eastbound, a little bit of a slowdown, but still a little bit better. 35 mile per hour speeds right now. Also East Wash, a few slowdowns into the city and also out of the city. And John Nolan looking okay, but there are a few slowdowns as you head into downtown. And that's a look at your First One traffic.
Thank you. Well, check out the moves on this nearly 60-foot tall Japanese battle bot. The massive moving machine is based on a character from the classic anime series Mobile Suit Gundam. I don't know what that is. Currently touring a factory in Yokohama. It's constructed of more than 200 pieces of steel and carbon fiber reinforced plastic. It weighs 24 tons and has been in the works since 2014. It was supposed to be featured at a factory attraction, allowing fans to get an up-close look, but 2020 and COVID ruined all that. So for now, fans will have to enjoy the robotic popping and locking from afar.
That's pretty cool,
It is
actually.
very cool. Since 2018, the Guest House Theater has been providing high-quality performances in the Madison area featuring professional casts.
Like everyone else, they're virtual these days until they can get back to the theater. Our Michael Bruno takes us behind the screens of their new web series.
Welcome to Joyland. We're so excited that you want to join our team.
What we were thinking about, especially early in the summer, is there a possibility of doing an actual performance in a way that conformed to the COVID-19 guidelines that we could do safely, but was still more than just kind of sitting in front of a Zoom, like sitting in front of this, right? And so we came up with the idea of Plays in the Garden.
Have you ever been arrested? No. Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Shoplifting is a federal offense, prosecuted by the court of law.
I have never shoplifted. I have never been arrested.
We knew a lot of people in the community that were kind of working on a professional and semi-professional level that we felt like if they were in a bigger place, they might be able to work, they might be working professionally full-time. And so we said, what if we were to pull those people together and try and have, create more opportunity for professional work in Madison? So I think the first meeting, the early meetings, I think we had something like 12 or 13 theater artists from around the community.
So we're thinking, we thought 2021, and now people are saying maybe the end of 2021. So at this moment, our main goal is to build who we are and who our community is, and to stay connected with the people in our community. Because that's what we all have to do at the end of the day to keep this alive.
We took 3 of Karen's short plays and we did a live stage reading of them in the backyard of one of the other core company members, Autumn Shiley. And then we live streamed that on our Facebook page.
And we start every Joyland workday with a song.
That sounds like hellaciously fun work, princess.
But it was nice to be able to just try and do what could we do from a theater standpoint safely that was actually a performance.
It was entertainment and it was connection, and that was what was important to us. And so we're looking at another type of performance in December, but we don't quite know what that's going to look like. And so we just kind of take it a little bit at a time. And in the meantime, we have this sort of fun thing that we started in the summertime called Wednesday Friends Day and Saturday Make It Matter Day, which is just like on our Facebook page. And one of the core company members does something. And it really just depends upon what they feel will connect them to other people.
I'm very happy to meet you.
Lights out. End of play.
But the important thing, I think, is that, everyone talks about the arts being in this like terrible sort of existential crisis right now. And I do think that art itself it's fundamental to being human. And so it will always survive. But what we're concerned about are the artists and the people in the industry that I don't know if everyone's going to survive right? And so we're all trying to stay together and stay connected and do what we can to make sure that we're all here at the other end of this.
Hey, Carol! I know you can hear me. Come on, let me out. I know you're...
And Michael Bruno joins us now. I mean, it's very important that these artists have something to do.
That's true, because most people are kind of confined to their homes, and to be a working artist is a really difficult time because the jobs just aren't there. And as it is, there are so few theater companies in Madison that actually hire professional theater companies. I mean, Music Theater of Madison, Forward Theater, Four Seasons, and CTM are ones that come to mind that actually do pay their artists. And now most of those are dark. So they're coming up with new ways to keep people employed. So I'm hoping that these new companies can find some funding to keep people, get some kind of salary going for people.
Yeah, these are tough days.
Yeah.
Very tough days.
Guest House Theater's Facebook pages where you can find all that and maybe donate some money to them as well. All right, Michael. 3, 2, 1.
It's Friday.
And there's Jim. Jazz hands. Boy, it's a special day. All right, guys, have a great weekend.
Have a good weekend. Enjoy the beautiful weather. See you guys soon.
Okay.
Final check your forecast is coming up.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is this weekend only. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only in the Exhibition Hall at the Alliant Energy Center, Madison.
Join Anytime Fitness on Tuesday, October 6th during our 12-hour sale and literally only pay what you can. It's our way of helping you get back to making healthy happen. Pay what you can on Tuesday, October 6th at Anytime Fitness.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
But they've got the experience. I'm still in shock 3 or 4 years later that we're in this position now.
November can't come fast enough because there are families that need help now.
There is no good reason, if you are able to vote, not to vote.
We need to, right? We need to have individuals that are in office like Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
Good governance makes a difference. To the thousands who did not vote, we need you to show up for our future and for our country. That's right. You cannot sit on the sidelines. You got to get in the game.
I've spent better than half my life and most of my adult life, in the military. 2016, I voted for Donald Trump. Leaders are responsible for everything their organization does or fails to do. When I saw those commercials about, this is what a Biden presidency will bring. No, this is what you have brought. Everything that we have going on today, that's on you. Joe Biden is the first Democrat I'll vote for president. You want a commander-in-chief you can trust, and I think you can trust Joe Biden.
AB PAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is this weekend only. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only in the Exhibition Hall at the Alliant Energy Center, Madison.
What do an all-weather rifle and a caramel pecan Kringle have in common? Both were past winners of the Coolest Thing Made in Wisconsin contest.
Join us Saturday morning for an exclusive preview of this year's finalists, only on News 3 Now at 5 and 8.
Accurate news as it happens, right here where you live. Information that you can use from the team you can trust. For more local stories that impact your life, News 3 Now.
Well, if you are heading out this evening, we have a pretty nice forecast coming your way. We will see temperatures into the 70s, eventually cooling down into the 60s later on tonight under a clear sky, 67 degrees right around 10 o'clock. For your day on Saturday, we will see partly sunny skies, high around 80, a very warm afternoon, south wind at 10 to 20 miles per hour. But like we've mentioned, big changes are coming our way. High of only 58 degrees on Tuesday, into the lower to middle 50s as we get towards the end of the next work week.
Big cool down. All right, Aaron, thank you. Tomorrow, Monday on Live at 4, our political expert Charles Franklin will have a preview of the first presidential debate.
And film critic Will Loper will show us what's new at the theaters and what new shows are now streaming. That's all coming up Monday on Live at 4.
Where can a healthier heart lead you? For people with heart failure taking Entresto, it may lead to a world of possibilities. Entresto is a heart failure medicine prescribed by most cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart, so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. And with a healthier heart, there's no telling where life may take you. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure.
and trust your heart to Entresto.
My son Beckett was 2 years old when he was diagnosed with leukemia. He would get sick. Aubrey would take him to the bathroom and she would rub his back. Our family is fighting this every single day. If Donald Trump gets rid of our healthcare law, my son won't be protected. We would have to be making some tough decisions about what medications we can afford. We need a president who will protect our healthcare, and that's Joe Biden.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Working out? Not canceled. Catching up? Not canceled. Game night? Not canceled. Nap time? Not canceled. If new carpet would make you happier at home, we're here to help with standard carpet installation of just $75. Carpet one room or your whole house. And installation is only $75 while we celebrate our 75th anniversary. Coil Carpet One Floor and Home. Locally owned and operated since 1945.
Yeah, I think we're good here. Why do we offer so many active safety features on our Chevy SUVs? Oh, yeah. All set.
Ready, Freddie?
Because we're not just engineers.
Call us when you get there, okay?
Slowly. I'm going slow. We have families, too.
Get 15% of MSRP cash back on most 2020 Equinox models. That's over $5,700 cash back on this Equinox. Plus, current GM owners get an additional $750 cash allowance. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Time now for a happy way to cap off a Friday.
It is the best animal stories of the week from Lola and Louie with the News Hounds Now update.
It's News Hounds Now update with Lola and Louie.
This week on the News Hounds, some cool monkeys.
A pile of pups.
And one hump or two.
But first, here's something you don't see every day. A newborn manatee swimming around and sipping milk from bottles. The female calf made her debut at a zoo in Poland only 1 week after its birth. The newborn is the second calf born at the zoo this year and the fourth one welcomed in the past 3 years. She's the biggest baby the zoo has seen so far, 55 pounds. Its mother, 14-year-old Ling, didn't take care of her baby, so the role of parents had to be adopted by the caretakers, who feed the baby a special milk formula 3 times a day.
Speaking of rare births, a dromedary, also known as an Arabian camel, was born in Peru's desert, delighting locals at the rare site. The calf was born at a facility used for breeding dromedaries. What sets the dromedary apart from other camel species is it has only one hump. The calf has been named Juanito. Its mother's originally from the Canary Islands. Sahara-like conditions in this region of Peru make it an ideal environment for the dromedary.
Speaking of desert-like conditions, it's been really hot in Great Britain. So it's lolly time at the London Zoo, where a troop of Bolivian black-capped squirrel monkeys cooled off during the last blast of summer. The monkeys happily sucked on star-shaped ice lollipops handed out by zookeepers. The London Zoo reopened to the public on June 15th after an unprecedented 3 months of closure due to the lockdown. Zookeepers say the monkeys perked up once visitors started showing up again.
And finally, new mom Belie clearly has her work cut out. These are her 1-month-old Georgian Shepherd pups, all 17 of them. The usual litter for a Georgian Shepherd is between 3 and 10 puppies, but when Belie started to give birth at the end of August, the delivery just went on and on and on.